Welcome to Mystic Moon Café.
You're listening to Mystic Moon Café. The views and opinions expressed by guests do not necessarily reflect those of the hosts, the network, or our sponsors.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, gang.
Welcome
Hello.
to another beautiful show we have planned for you tonight. Well, okay, it's kind of flying by the seat of our pants because we lost a very dear lady.
Yeah.
And so we're all given a tip of the hat nod to Linda Godfrey, Linda S. Godfrey, prolific writer, fantastic journalistic reporter, and a good friend. I mean, she was a good friend to the show for many years.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, we've had her on since I've been co-hosting. We've had her on 3 times, I think.
Wow.
and I had her on previously at least 3 times, I would say. I'm not sure on the whole total. I lose, you know me, I lose track over time. I'm like, what day is today?
Yeah, the last time we had Linda on was when her new book, I Know What I Saw, came out. I think that was late spring of 2019, maybe April, May 2019.
Okay.
And we were going to have her back for her documentary for the Return to Wildcat Mountain. Let me make sure I've got that right. I'll drop it in here. Return to Wildcat Mountain, Wisconsin's Black Panther Nexus. Which when I was a kid, that I grew up in Wisconsin, that was my neck of the woods. I grew up in Sauk County when I was a kid. And even though we're going to be talking about dogmen and canids, that was one of the big things where the cougars, pumas, mountain lions were returning to the area. And you would think because it was the driftless area, bluffs and cougars like that kind of environment, that kind of.
Well, they're even, I mean, they are in Missouri, Kansas City. There was one hit by a truck and killed. I'd say about 15 years ago down by the river in Kansas City, not very far. And I remember hearing the report on the radio because the 911 operator wouldn't believe the lady that she had hit a cougar. And, oh, no, we don't have those. We don't have those. And, they're going, well, no, it's 15 foot long. They found it and it was a cougar. And, nose to tail, it was a good 15 foot long and big and scary. So that it happens,
The critters come back. But tonight is the Dogman night. And before we get into it, just if anyone has a beverage out there, cheers to you.
What do you got, Jake?
To you.
This is a screwdriver with a little extra.
This is a Coke Zero with nothing extra.
This is an orange pico tea in a Christmas themed mug, and we have
cute.
1 splash of milk, 2 splashes of sugar because I'm sweet.
Oh, a double.
Oh,
yeah,
double. But in tea.
Yes.
Usually it's in the Tims.
Mm-hmm.
So for those folks that aren't familiar with Linda Godfrey, I'll do a little bio for her, drop some links in here, and then we'll move on to what she's best known for, which is investigating dogmen. So Linda S. Godfrey was born in Madison, Wisconsin in 1951. She's the daughter of Roland and Elaine Roberts. She married Stephen Godfrey in 1972, and they had 2 sons, Benjamin and Nathan. Nathan, I believe, was the director for the Return to Wildcat Mountain documentary. Her education, she trained to be a teacher. She has a bachelor's of education from the University of Wisconsin, Oshkosh, and proceeded to do graduate studies at Whitewater, which is in her home county of Walworth County. That's about an hour southwest of Milwaukee. That county is on the Illinois border. For her career, like I said, she was a teacher, but she was also a reporter. And with the Walworth County Week, this is where she got the lead to investigate what became known as the Beast of Bray Road.
Mhm.
And that story came out in 1992-93. It was a series. Over her career as a journalist, she did win 2 awards from the National News Association for Best Feature Story, twice in 1996 and 1998. She's the author. She's either written, contributed, or co-written 21 books.
Wow.
On a range of topics. There was a fiction book that she did, but also a lot of cryptic books, and a haunting book, which I chatted with her about briefly. Ghosts weren't really one of her big things, but she wrote a book about it, Haunted Wisconsin.
Well, and the weird books, the Weird Wisconsin and Weird Michigan.
Yeah. And out of those books I was counting today, I'll drop a link to her author page on Amazon if you want to check them out. Not all of them are available on Kindle. I have 18 of the 21.
Oh, wow.
So I am a Linda fan. I had my fanboy moments, I gotta tell you.
I had all of them that were available at the time. So it's close, but I think more like 12 to 15.
Yeah. She wrote a lot about Dogman, but I mean, she did cover other cryptids in some of her books. Did. Specifically, I think it was Monsters in America and Monsters Among Us. My favorite book of hers is The Real Wolfman, which it's the red covered one, I believe, or Real Wolfman. That is my favorite book. I did like Monsters. There's a lot of books I like. Now that I'm going,
they were all good.
Yeah. I love them all. So I mean, like I said, I was a fanboy. So I'll drop a link to her author page if you want to check it out. Most of them are available on Kindle. Some of them are on paperback. The one I think is really good to read is the one about the Black Widow that poisoned folks.
Oh yes,
that was a good. I think that was the first book she ever published. Was that one? It's from 2003. Like I said, I'll drop links. I just want to make sure I get right. So because she wrote, we're so used to her writing about cryptids and everything. She did write about other things, and it was The Poison Widow was the name of the book. That's a good
right. That was her fiction book.
No, this is a true story. Her fiction one is the Gods one.
Okay.
That one. I want to make sure I get the name right. It was God Johnson, The Unforgiven Diary of the Disciple of a Lesser God. And that one is available on Kindle if you want to check it out. She actually teamed up with another lovely lady of cryptids and hauntings, Rosemary Ellen. I'm going to mispronounce her name.
Is it Gilly or Guiley?
Guiley, yeah. Rosemary Ellen Guiley. She wrote Werewolves, Mysteries, Legends, and Unexplained Phenomena with her. I think she did another kind of encyclopedia compendium book with Rosemary as well. That's one of the. I have the werewolf one. I don't have the other one. I think it's on mythical creatures as well.
Well, they were always doing Dogman symposiums way up north. Redfern and that Lyle Blackburn and all of the other guy, Jay, I think it's Jay something. But sorry.
Oh yeah, no worries.
One of those evenings.
Well, I dropped the link to Amazon so you can rent or buy her movie on the cats, big cats in Wisconsin, and I dropped her author page if you want to go check them out. But like, you got to read. If I'm going to say these are the books you got to have, I would say you got to have Beast of Bray Road. And that is a reprint of her feature article series on the Beast of Bray Road. I would say Real Wolfman, True Encounters of Modern American Monsters Among Us. And I would probably go with, I Know What I Saw, which was her last book on Wolf and Dogmen and American Monsters. Those would be the ones I would say are like Corland books to have.
Must buys.
Must buys.
Mhm. Well, I always loved how she would, she told us that she talked to like the local sheriff's departments up there and started asking about these sightings, and they produced, these huge, thick files of different weird sightings and calls and occurrences, and that's where she began, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now with the Beast of Bray Road, and I guess we'll start there before we pivot to talk about the Michigan Dogman, because that's where really the legend originates. And I think it's the Upper Peninsula, northwest part of the Lower Peninsula, or I like to say northwest corner of the Mitten.
Okay.
Wessex
I haven't
County,
been
think.
there, so
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot. I'm the one from the Midwest. That's next door.
no, I'm in the Midwest, but you're in the upper Midwest.
Yeah, upper Midwest, Great Lakes. Yeah, region. So the Beast of Bray Road, the first report, and it's alleged report, was out of 1936, and then not much until the 80s, and specifically the mid to late 80s and early 90s, which is when more of the reports came in. And witnesses, and this has been very consistent with most dogman descriptions, about 6 to 7 feet high, humanoid body covered in fur. The legs are, I don't know what you call dog legs. They've got the hawk. It's not like human legs. It's
right, the reverse kneecap.
Yeah, like what we're seeing behind Wendy there. Legs like that, standing upright, but seem to be comfortable running on all fours as well. Mainly a carrion feeder, which means roadkill for the most part. Though with the Beast of Bray Road, it has been said there were animal mutilations and specific organs removed, which makes me think if we want to go there, aliens.
Or portal jumpers, you never know.
Yeah.
Transdimensional doolollies.
Yeah. And the most recent sightings were in February 2018 and July 2020 in Spring Prairie and Lyons. They're both in Walworth County. I don't really know where that's in relationship to Elkhorn, which is where Linda lived and where the Beast of Bray Road is. I know in the south end of it, you got Lake Geneva. In the northwest corner, you have Whitewater, but I don't know where those towns are overall. One of those sightings, I think it was the 2020 sighting, made it on Expedition X. So if you go to the third or fourth season of Expedition X, they do investigate the most recent sightings of the Beast of Bray Road. And cool. So what's a little bit interesting about this one is we hear about, what we think about with a modern werewolf. It's either a wolf or a bear-like head, but the origin of dogmen in Michigan was simply a man about 6 feet high who had a dog's head. And the other part of that I thought was interesting was the dogman would manifest or appear in 10-year cycles on years ending in 7. So it was, I think, 1887, 1897, 1907 going forward. So I thought that was kind of
that's interesting,
which would be, and that's got a paranormal hook, all right. I mean, besides having a half humanoid, right?
Like Pennywise every 30 years.
Yeah. It's like Jeepers Creepers every 23.
Yeah. Ooh.
So
the Beast of Bray Road, like I was reading up on it for the show and whatnot, but imagine just driving down one of those highways or back roads and thumping it with your vehicle.
Yeah.
And then it turns around and runs at your vehicle. You get in, but it leaves claws on your car.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the most common encounters is someone hits it. Either someone's driving by and sees it eating a deer or other critter that got hit in the road, or they hit it, they stop, it claws up their car, and they drive off. It runs off, and you drive off because, like, I'm not sticking around.
Nope.
I've seen the
That sounds a
howling.
lot more urban legendy than.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's got a little Hookman flavor to it, you know.
But there were a lot of encounters, especially in the 80s, about that. Like the whole.
Mhm.
Is there any evidence or photos of cars with scratch marks in it?
You know, actually, I haven't seen that. I do have some clips of Dogman videos that we can watch. Now, I tried to get more recent ones. They were, let's just say, I pulled out the ones that were a bit clearer than most of the videos you would get, which is kind of like Bigfoot video.
So they're using the Bigfoot camera.
Yeah.
Now, do we have pictures of what Linda drew, what she saw?
Oh yeah, you know
the
what?
one holding the fish and
Yeah, you know what? We could. Well, let's just have folks do the quick search for it. And
Okay.
if you do Dogman, Linda Godfrey,
Linda
and
S. Godfrey, or you get all
yeah,
kinds of weird.
that's true. Good point.
Yeah.
Good
Mhm.
point.
Sorry,
Good-
didn't mean
yeah,
that.
no.
Now, Jennifer
images.
Sprague in the chat,
Mhm.
she's asking about a Shunga Warrigan.
Shunga Warrican. I'm not familiar with that one. What part of the country are you from, Jennifer? Or world are you from? Because it might be.
She's from
something-
here.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, Liberty, I think.
Okay. Let's look up Shunga Warrican and.
Okay, I don't know that she's from here, but she's here now.
Yeah, Shunga Warrican. I'll do cryptid.
I didn't get any results for that, so
Oh, okay. So it's Shunka, Shunka space Warrican, Warakin.
okay.
And it is definitely a canid. Oh, they're showing the pictures in 2018 in Montana. They shot a big wolf-like beast.
Ooh.
And that's listed as a Shunka Warrican. So I'm going to drop the link to this from the Cryptid Wiki.
Okie
You can
dokie.
see some pictures of what it looks like, but it kind of reminds me of, what was that Tasmanian tiger? I think when you see it, you'll like you've seen this thing before. You've seen this before. So let me get over to our chat here. I'll drop it.
Tasmanian tiger, the Tasmanian,
No, yeah, the
Looney
devil's
Tunes
different.
devil. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
tiger's
the
the-
Tasmanian tiger, but
Okay.
which
okay.
was
now.
interesting. There was a report from earlier this year. It might have been late 2021, and you didn't hear about dogmen in Australia, but there was a dogman sighting in the outback in Australia.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I
Crikey.
dropped a link to the Shunka Warrican. Okay. It connected to Skinwalkers. Okay.
Okay. Do you want to address Heather's question, or would you like one of us to go? Or
Oh, go for it.
okay. I don't believe the dogmen have been associated with skinwalkers. They're not necessarily evil. Yeah, they scare the living daylights out of people, but for the most part, they seem to be, at least like from the Native Americans I've talked to, they are quite often guardians of sacred type places, or places of sacred, burial grounds and that type of thing, if I'm remembering correctly. Guys, please chime in all you want. And skinwalkers are definitely not that. So
Yeah. I mean, because dogmen don't shape change.
Mm-mm.
So
no, it's right, exactly.
So like
Wanna
that's
hear-
that's
Do you
the
want to hear my dogman encounters?
what? Go
Please.
for it, please.
I'll
Yes.
pull that out of my left pocket for you guys.
Okay.
It was, we had a call. This would have been the mid 2000s. And there was a call of a wolf-like being walking up and down the highway. This is when I did night emergency for my job. So I was like trauma response. And we got 3 or 4 calls about it one night, then the next night. So I finally go out there and I see this giant wolf-like creature with no hair on its body, but a German Shepherd head. Do you know what it was?
Dog with mange.
Yes.
Big dog with mange.
Oh, poor puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you help him?
I did.
For her?
Yeah.
Good man.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm dropping a link to see one of Linda's photos from Battle Creek Inquirer. It's not the famous one with the fish. It's one of her other drawings.
Okay.
If you want to read about that. Yeah, when it comes to the Dogman reports, and this is specifically to Walworth County, they were saying from when they've tested fur, it's either been a gray wolf / timber wolf or a black bear when it's found on those scenes. So if you watch Expedition X, the fur that they found with the animal mutilations that they investigated was, spoiler alert, I guess, it was a timber wolf, gray wolf.
I'm going to go woo side and say that, yes, what they tested probably was wolf. However, that doesn't mean it was a dog man, that, or dog wolf.
They may not
wolf
have left.
Man.
They may not have left evidence.
Exactly. These interdimensional travelers, they don't leave much evidence behind.
Yeah. And I will say, being a Wisconsinite, though I'm more from the northern half where we actually do have wolves. You've got all the stories.
Right.
Don't go out in the woods because really there are wolves.
Yeah.
And black bear up there.
Don't wear your little Red Riding Hood, right?
Well, that could be fun. No, but they travel where the food is. So if you got a bunch of open space and some forests here and there,
yes.
I'm a hungry wolf. I'm going to see a calf. Yum.
And doing some nighttime drop-ins for a dog right now. The deer are running so hard. I've seen a good half a dozen in the last week, and then another good half dozen or more, unfortunately, deceased deer along the medians and things.
Yeah.
That'll make your eyes pop open.
True. Well, how about I pulled out some clips? How about I share? We look at some clips.
I would love to see some.
And then
clips.
because you started us down the woo path, so we're gonna have to talk about Phantom Black Dogs.
Yes,
But let's
that's
watch
interesting.
Let's watch some clips first,
Okey-dokey.
and we will judge critically.
All right, guys, think Mystery Science Theater 3000 or 2000 or 2.5.
Okay, so this first one is actually, a lot of people take this as, I mean, this one's been debunked because it was part of a movie, so it was staged, but this one has gotten out there. It's the Gable film, which I think was from a movie or documentary or something like that in 2011 on Dogman. But a lot of people use this clip to say that it's actually a Dogman. It is not. It is staged. But if you're thinking about what a Dogman is, they use this clip as an example quite a bit. One moment, please, while I retrieve that.
We'll wait here.
Okay.
My sniffing isn't too much, is it? I'm getting some sort of cold flu.
Uh-oh.
I haven't heard it.
RSV.
Keep muting.
Okay, here we go. It's only 27 seconds. I don't think there's sound. So to me, when I see this, it looks like it's moving like a bear. It actually looks like a bear to me.
A bear or a ape?
As somebody who has seen bear in the wild quite often when I've been hunting in the past, that does not move like a bear.
Okay.
I would say ape.
Yeah. So this is a guy in a suit. So ape.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Freaky. Wait a minute. No, I saw the movie. It was the kids in Alaska. It was aliens killing the local wildlife and possessing them.
Okay. Well, here's the next one. This one's pretty good. This is from Unexplained Mysteries. They've got a few different examples. I like this one because I can just use the thumbnail below to jump to the critter sighting. So here we go.
A night watchman was patrolling a manufacturing plant in Big Rapids, Michigan, when he saw a peculiar figure. At first he thought it was a person until he saw the dog-like features. He pulled out his gun and was about to shoot when he remembered his camera, and took it out and took a picture of the horrific beast. The photos haven't been analysed yet, and the photo still remains an unsolved mystery. One witness claims a creature best described as a dogman.
Okay, so that was about all they had for that dogman encounter there. Which all I can say is, if you saw like a monster like that hanging out on a light pole and you're reaching for your gun and like, oh no, instead let me get out my Lumix. Come on, people. Anyway, that's
You just
me.
became lunch.
You just became lunch, which is cool because we need more cryptid deaths.
True. Yes.
In the world. So let's
Take one for the
do
team.
yeah, take one. So this other one is not the best photo. That's it.
Seen this image have stated that it matches the typical description of the
I
dogman.
don't see anything here. Do you guys
However,
see
not much
anything here?
information has been released
No.
about the photo,
I don't.
making many people question what it actually shows.
Yeah, exactly. What does it show?
One person
here
who
we
viewed
go.
the image has said the
This
following.
one's from Brazil.
Recently, locals in Brazil have
That
been
looks like a
witnessing alleged
werewolf.
werewolves. This photograph made the
Yeah.
rounds, which allegedly showed a werewolf caught on a CCTV camera.
Because of
These
the
mysterious
legs.
creatures have also been reported to attack people.
Ew.
2 attacks by a wolfman or a dogman were
that's-
reported in Brazil.
That's just a staged photo. And then I'm not sure this one has anything.
Aren't they generally reported to have red glowing eyes, though?
I've
The
seen
claws
different
were
reports
estimated to
with
be
like
around
a,
8 to
an
10 inches
orangish
in
color or
length.
blue.
One claw was shorter than the other 3.
I'm not sure if this
The
one's
creature
actually-
had a muscular body.
No, it's
The
just a
head of the beast
description.
appeared to be oversized
Okay.
and shaped like that of a
This
wolf.
one's just a description. So that's another thing is when you go to look at the videos, you get just standard stock photos of werewolves, or you get the countryside and you hear the report from the person. But let's go ahead and go to this one. This one's from, I think, Racine County. This was the backyard. So this is rural Racine County, which is south of Milwaukee, going towards the Illinois border.
Okay.
So there you see it. To me, that looks like a wolf.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say it's a wolf. A timber wolf.
Or, yeah, it looks like a wolf.
Mhm.
Who knows? It could be a wolf hybrid.
Those
Yeah, it looks like a
long
wolf.
damn legs. Woo.
Yeah.
Looks like a wolf borzoi.
Yeah, it does. I was going to say it
Mhm.
looks like some kind of a lichen greyhound.
That's actually exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. So I don't know if I would call this a wolf man, werewolf, or dog man, because
No,
it's
I
straight
would
up.
not.
It's straight up canid.
I think if you bring out the Scooby snacks, he's going to be right there for you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But wolves, they're like the ones up here. They're really, they have long legs like that. They're giant.
yeah,
Mhm.
they are.
A couple 100 pounds, right, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, wolves are. So I think it depends on which ones. Like, out west with the Rockies, we've got big freaking wolves here. But in the Midwest, they're not quite so big. They're about the size of a German Shepherd. And what's interesting is on the eastern half, the coyotes are super big, but out west, they're not as big. So,
Interesting.
Go figure. I think this comes from Brazil. This is a blurry photo. Hear the howl. Definitely found footage for it.
This filmed on the Bigfoot camera.
Werewolf wearing a body cam?
Yeah, so I think it's Brazil. Yeah. So that was definitely found footage feel. Definitely found footage feel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is another found footage feeling one. hunter, no, out in the woods. But the thing is, that's awfully red. That looks like temper paint.
Or exceptionally fresh blood.
Exceptionally fresh.
Like
And-
not, yeah.
And they eat a lot of strawberries in their diet. So I can't, it's somewhere right in here, but we always get Bigfoot camera, shaky cam.
Yeah.
They need to bring their gimbals with them.
Yeah, I still don't know, like, who's just out in the woods hunting and stuff. Oh, let
gone
me get
now.
out my iPhone. What? I can't wait to read the comments. I think this one's from Scotland. This one's a little bit longer. I mean, I like that howl. That's a good howl. I like that
Oh,
howl.
yeah.
But it could just be a drunk walking the streets of Edinburgh, too.
I'm thinking Hound of the Baskervilles.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there it goes. To me, it looks like a dog. I don't know if you saw it, if you want me to replay it a little bit. There
Yeah.
you go. I mean, that looks like a dog to me.
Well, it's like a dog or a giant alley cat.
Yeah. So, and then this is the last one I have, which I think we've seen this one. This is out of Amarillo, Texas, I think.
Okay.
And they make fun of it. It's been debunked now.
In Texas, what is this strange figure that people are trying to figure out?
Yeah, so there's aliens now, there's monkeypox. What about Wolfman? Yeah, this is really, you guys, sometimes this job is just too much. It's trying me today. Here's some video, though.
This one is
Yep.
trying you today?
Yeah,
You've
it's
seen this
trying me.
one?
This is
Okay.
from Amarillo, Texas. It shows an unknown figure walking around a perimeter fence at the Amarillo Zoo. The creature is wolf-like, I guess. It, to me, sort of looks like the Sonic before they, had to fix it. But
It's Hedgehog,
anyway,
man.
It was spotted at around 1 a.m. in May 21st. Apparently, there was no sign of entry into the zoo. No animals or people were harmed. The city is now encouraging people to submit ideas for what they think it might be, saying, quote, "We just want the Amarillo community to have fun with this."
No.
And it's the internet, so good luck with that not backfire.
So that one has been debunked. It was a teenager wearing a Native American headdress thing.
Oh, wow.
That's-
Caught
that
on
is
the
exactly what it
security
looks
camera.
like.
Yeah. So I'll stop sharing. So let's just say, folks, Dogman suffers from the Bigfoot evidence, where you get a lot of grainy photos, reactions, or obviously other critters walking across the screen. So I'm not poo-pooing Dogman by any means. I'm just saying what is presented to us
Right.
is
Almost as ridiculous as most of the Sasquatch type of footage.
yeah. And as I was looking for this and I type in, Dogman, Wolfman, werewolf, all the search engines other than Bing bring back Bigfoot stuff. I'm like, we know it's a
Interesting.
cryptid and you're doing related, but I asked for a canid. I didn't ask for a simian to come back. Anyway, that's just me complaining about, like, I gotta tell you, Google is not the best with paranormal search by any means. Anyway, let's see if anyone's got questions before we go to full on woo with Wendy.
No, we don't have to go full on woo with Wendy.
Wendy Woo.
Well, I mean, we gotta talk black dogs.
You probably know as much as
hounds.
I do. You've done the reports, but
I
I do bring the woo side where you are more technical,
I'm
skeptical.
all- Yeah, well, let me have some more cocktails. I mean, maybe I'll.
Have some more. We'll all be seeing Dogman and
It's going to turn into one.
Yeah, just wait. I do not lace any of my
Bark East.
beverages with.
Mhm.
So Wendy, let's go and talk about some. Since we're on the subject of dogs and woo, let's talk a little something about Phantom black dogs, black Chuck.
They're
Goodness.
they're very interesting, and apparently all throughout Europe, but mostly England. That's kind of where they originated, it looked like.
Mhm.
That black shook guy, I mean, it's pretty fantastical, but it was 1577 when he burst into that church on riding a clap of thunder and killed the one guy. And
1577. Okay.
1577, yes. Don't ask me the name of the town because it's already gone, but I can remember years sometimes.
Okay.
But
I mean, go ahead.
yeah, go ahead, please.
Oh, I was gonna say it's more than just black Chuck though.
Oh, absolutely. They're very, I'm gonna call it ethereal. They're just the wooey, black, misty, ghostly type of apparition.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are said to look like, roughly mastiff in shape, but but real shaggy.
Yeah.
With red eyes.
Yeah. So when I was living in Chicago, I went out and investigated Bachelor Grove Cemetery, well-known haunt. And while it's known for its phantom lights and, we call it the Madonna of Bachelor's Grove, a lady in white holding a baby. It's one of those things, and spirits walking around and everything. There's some talk of fae and stuff, but it's associated with a phantom dog as well. And one of the problems, and you'll be hearing from my black dog, Ollie, who's in this room whining because he's like, let me out. I'm like, you gotta wait, kid.
Daddy.
You might hear a whine and a bark. That's Oliver. There's been a couple reports about the type of black dog there. So the thing is, most people have seen it during the day, simply because the cemetery has police patrol it. You're not allowed to be there at night, sundown. So most of the encounters people report are during the day. And they used to have an old highway that would run by it. They now have a new highway that goes around the cemetery, but there was one that just went right by an old highway. It's now, it's slowly, decaying, I guess, but you can see it. There's also a phantom car, police car that goes down it. But with the dogs, people have reported a shimmering effect with a growl, which I guess might be what you see during the day. The reports about it is some folks have seen what looks like a Rottweiler, but without the markings, or a Doberman, without the markings.
That's the devil dogs.
Yeah, and they do report the red eyes though. Now, when I've been there,
okay.
you're not. I've had the growling and barking pick up, but you're outside. The suburbs of Chicago have come up. You can't rule out a real dog. It's a park. Yeah, I think it's called Rio Woods State Park, and it could be people walking and you can't see them with their dogs. So
many variables.
Yes, there's too many variables for me to say, but that one is associated, and I did go looking for the dogs, of course, because I wanted to play fetch with the puppies. Here's my soul, bring it back, good puppy.
Bring it back, drop it.
Spit my soul out. I know it's bitter. I know it's so bitter, baby.
Yes, Chandler. Kusith are a fey creature and are generally green. So with these 20-foot long tongues. So theoretically anyway, right?
And then we've got the tale of guardian spirits associated with cemeteries too.
Right. Well, you're much like the Dogman, so there's just so much question mark. Were we dealing with was that 14th century unwashed people who have absolutely no, no school, no concept of the natural wonders of the world not being evil. Were they just scared by something that came through the lightning? Heck, maybe it was some ball lightning that some dog was chasing that came through that church. I guess it completely destroyed the church.
Oh,
But yes. So, it was probably a really bad storm. What were people seeing? Gosh, to have been a fly on the wall just to see what they saw.
mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah.
it gets so twisted and turned. Who knows? And I don't know about the pagans, if they had a thought on it or not. I don't know exactly how far back all that goes, but that was one of the first one, the Black Shook. So
yeah.
I just connected dots for myself. So my old dog that I had, he was a Doberman, and his name was Diablo. He came with that name. I adopted him like that. And my old friend, he used to always call him Black Shuck, and I didn't know what it meant. I'm like, okay. Just I guess it's because of his name and the type of dog. You just totally just put it in my head right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, the Phantom Black Dogs aren't, they're not out to eat you or anything. Well, we got two that could do the Bargist.
I'm not sure on that pronunciation either.
Yeah, BHAR, BARGHEST. That one looks like a giant mastiff, glowing red eyes, big claws. That was the one that tears you apart. But generally speaking, it's a death omen. And then we have the hellhounds that you hear about. West Virginia is known for its hellhounds.
Oh, wow.
But that is, it seems like they're more targeted at a person than the general. Like if you're not a target of a hellhound, you wouldn't notice it.
Right. They've been sent on a mission to retrieve your bartered soul.
Yeah.
Classic.
Well, if on Supernatural, that's
Exactly.
Yeah.
Better call Crowley.
Yeah, but it says drag the target soul to hell or pocket hell dimension.
Hey, whatever we got to do. Yeah.
One
and the same.
Yeah.
On the mists of the moors,
Yeah, exactly. But I did a little research into protective techniques just in case you run across one. And this was interesting. I learned a few things, and we can debate this, but onyx, especially for hellhounds and bargists, it creates a protective barrier. Here's a big one. This one was used, I found, across all of the legends and lore with them, is jet, which I'm like, what the hell is jet? Last time I checked, that's in the air, as in a plane.
It's similar.
But it turns out jet is kind of burnt coal, and it's twice burnt coal, I guess. And the smoke will clear one out. There is, I'm going to mispronounce this, I'm sure, either cubeb or kubeb. And it's a pepper-like herb that's so powerful that it will blind and drive away these dogs. So, motherwort, if you burn it, but motherwort can cancel out all the other protective stuff you've got. So
is that Mikey, or am I hearing a different dog?
No, that's Ollie.
Ollie, excuse me. Sorry, is that Ollie?
That's my black. Okay, that's my Phantom Black dog, Oliver. He's a black lab Doberman.
Yeah.
He's a big boy. He's 90 pounds, and he's a puppy. Oil of Abremelin. I might mispronounce that. That's like anointing oil.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what's up. St. John's wort. That creates a powerful barrier around you, and then good old-fashioned salt. But I'm saying most likely you're going to be outside. How are you going to perfectly pour that circle? It's going to be a whole lot of salt. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but the dogs I'm around anyway, they'll lick the salt off your skin so fast. So
that's true. Well, I mean, if you're an undead entity looking to consume souls and flesh, would you be going up and just licking the salt? Are you a cow or a deer?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
Might be a basting.
Ooh, that's true. Okay, Merle, you're gonna be bait.
Nice dry rub.
Yeah, we're gonna give you a
Yes,
salt
like
rub,
dry rub. Yep.
and we're gonna take you out to a cemetery, and we're gonna say, "Hey, Fido, come fetch some salt."
I'm down. Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay,
let's do
all
it.
right,
We'll film it. It'll be amazing. We'll do the
Okay.
documentary.
We'll see
Good.
you up in Wisconsin in
Yep.
a couple days.
Jake, put that on our list.
Yeah. Now remember, it's not Dogman. This is ghostly entities.
Oh, that's right. Oh, the
I'm sure the
boars.
dog.
going
I'm
back-
sure the
we're going after
Dogman
the
will be
Moors.
like, "Yum." Can I get
You-
some mustard with that too? Let's
Little
see.
bacon, yeah, wrapped in bacon.
Yeah, wrap. We'll have little piglets out there too. We'll just like strap them to your back.
Yep,
Big
yep.
smorgasbord. Yep.
Still kicking. Still kicking. It's like, I need this on tape. I don't need one of these fuzzy pictures anymore. Come on.
I
get
would have
some
never
Merle.
guessed.
Bring your
Merle was
low
that
light.
fast.
You know what? I'll bring a Kong with peanut butter.
Yes.
There
There
go.
you go.
Done.
There you
Yes. Mm-hmm. Or
Mhm.
Wubba. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Done.
Totally do that. I don't know. Just wait. Have we been bar guest? Okay, it's a hard G. Bar guest. Thank you, Chandler. You have any questions in here?
Hi, Sandy.
Oh, hi, Sandy. How you doing? Let's see. We got Would-Be Mountain Ash.
Here in the
Yes.
States. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Hellhounds, Bartered for Souls. Okay. We love that damnation. You know, I like that phrase, spectral hounds. I do.
I do
that.
too.
I like that. It's not going to be
Strong.
phantom black. We're going to do spectral hounds.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
like that.
Yeah.
No, it's spectral hounds. We're rewriting. Make it so.
Done.
Shadowy spectral hounds.
Updating Wikipedia right now.
We're updating. Rewriting. We're on the cryptid wiki right now.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
It's not
right.
old Chuck. It's now new Snoopy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I've heard about the Wild Hunt. I thought that was an Old West thing. Yeah, was it like the
No,
Phantom Cowboys on horses, the Wild Hunt? I thought that was an Old West thing.
No, that's an old Celtic, Gaelic
okay.
fairy. It's the fairy hunt. It's where the
Okay.
goblins go out, or the goblin type ones go out and appear out of the sky riding their spectral beasts,
Okay.
basically. So yes,
Well placed.
exactly.
Ooh, we're gonna have to do a Faye Gone Wrong episode. I think, for some of this. It'd be like, Elf, get off the pole. It's Goblin's turn.
Mhm, mhm.
Let's see. Okay. Okay. So we'll look into that. I don't know what. I gotta tell you, I have no personal encounters with dogmen.
Oh, but I
wish
sure
could-
would like to have, I think we should, and we can maybe get a puppy. What would David say?
Too many.
What's one more?
Actually, I said feisty.
Exactly.
Yeah, what's one more? Especially if it's phantom and it's moving in and out of our plane of existence.
Right, right.
Only around
Mhm.
sometimes.
Yeah, it's around sometimes.
It
I'll just-
could pop over to Pluto and poop there and then
that would be so
pop
nice.
back in. Yeah, wouldn't it though?
That would
Yes,
be so nice.
yes.
That would be so nice. I'll get an EM pump and an oscillator out. I'll just turn them on and throw the Kong that way and be like, I'll see you in 3 days.
Yeah, bedtime.
Yeah, bedtime. Let's see, kids. Oh, well, we're almost at time.
Oh wow, that went fast.
That went fast.
I like flu.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's like time
That was a
loss.
good topic. And
Yeah.
fun.
Mhm. So next week we've got Dark Christmas Lore.
We sure do.
And I know I'm gonna take the French angle on it.
Okay.
I've got a couple of stories, let's just say Saint Nick isn't so innocent. With
Never
his because he's got henchmen. He's got henchmen. These are straight up henchmen.
Is it Mel Gibson?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to Deutschland and not for Krampus. We got some other stuff.
Ooh, all right. Wendy, where are you thinking for dark Christmas lore?
Oh well, hell, I've got it written down. It's not in like the Scandinavian type places. So
Oh, it's not.
it is not. And
You're
actually, I
staying
think
away
it's
from
more
the cat.
Yule. It's more
Okay.
Yule than Christmas. So
Okay.
Nice.
predating the Christians.
Okay. This will
Yes.
be fun.
And we may have Amanda Quill.
okay.
She popped up in she wanted to definitely add a story. She's not sure if she can make it or not, but she'll let me know tomorrow or
Okay.
in a few days. And
Okay.
so yeah.
Well, we can read the story on her behalf.
Oh, absolutely. And I told her that. And then
Okay.
yeah, if that's how it goes. Otherwise she would really appreciate coming on and talking
Oh yeah,
about it.
totally. I'd
Awesome.
love to
And
have
I
her.
don't know if it's going to be her Scottish heritage or her Cree background in Canada.
Mm. In the Commonwealth, the Dominion.
The Dominion of Canada.
Yes, the Confederation. Well, kids, I guess that
Mhm.
brings us to the end of the show.
Wow.
One reply to Heather.
Mhm.
Yes, the Yule lads. And then the ones from Greece that I can absolutely
I know
not
who you're
pronounce.
talking about. I know
The
who you're
the
talking about.
Kazaladalas.
Yeah.
Yeah, them too.
Uh-huh.
The ones who have to stop and count everything.
Yeah, I
Mhm,
remember this
mhm.
one. Yeah, I know the Slavic countries, Balkan countries. They have some really good,
Absolutely.
some
Dark.
really good lore.
Darkness. Mhm.
Dark. For me, we all know the children are going to get beat up. So with my tale,
Well, that's kind of as it should be, isn't it?
I mean, pretty much, yeah.
Keep them in
Yeah,
line.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
mean,
Mhm.
Santa is real.
And he's coming
And
for
he-
your soul.
and he's out to punish the naughty kitties. Rah. Hey, you,
Tune in
the little
next week.
shit.
So
It's like-
y'all may want to bring a little Christmas cheer in your cups
There
as
could,
well.
there could be some spiked eggnog. I'm just
Mhm,
saying. I'm
mhm,
just
mhm.
saying, folks.
Hot apple cider and whiskey.
Yeah, hot totties.
Woo-hoo.
Hot toddies could be had. But I think I'll do something eggnoggy myself. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Sweet.
Okay.
Now,
All right.
the week after.
The 14th, yeah, we're going to have
Mm-hmm.
Spencer Standard on. He is an expert in aquatic paranormal entities.
Yes.
He had a show called Paranormal Divers. So he'll be on to talk about things from phantom surfers. He's a Californian, and so we'll get some surf tales, we'll get some ghost ship tales, we'll get some other portals and cenotes, stuff like that.
Love
And
a
that's
good
the
ghost
14th.
ship.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I love. Oh, we might have to do a special on ghost ships. I
Yep.
love ghost ships, and not like just an abandoned boat, like dead people, roaming around.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay, kids. Well,
Okay.
with that, thank you for tuning in to Mystic Moon and our special tribute to Linda Godfrey and Dogman and other kindred creatures. It was a
Thank you.
pleasure to have
Yes.
you. And,
Thank you all for being in the chat with us today. It was
Yes.
fun and
It's fun.
yep.
Okay. With
Okay.
that, guests, please stay on the line after this while I hit the end live stream. And happy holidays to everyone. It's November
holidays
30th,
to
but what the
everyone.
hell? We're in the
Mhm.
season.
Yes, we are. Deep into it. Especially
Deep
if you're
into the season.
babysitting the furries.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Take care, everyone.
Okay.
Thanks for tuning in.
Good night.
Good night.
Well,